Hey everybody, thanks for coming to the channel. I have two watches on me and it looks kind of weird, right? Because I got on each wrist. And the reason why I have on each wrist is because I wanted to test everything on these watches. This is a Samsung Watch 7 here. And this looks like an Apple Watch, but it's not. It's actually by Tozo. So it's a replica, or I don't know if you want to call it replica or Apple inspired, however you want to call it. But the price wise, this is around 50 bucks and this is more like 300 bucks or so. So I want to kind of go over it. This is usually my main watch because I'm using a Samsung phone. So I kind of like to match things, obviously. But the thing is that if you want to go Apple, to run Apple on this watch wouldn't really make sense, and vice versa. But with this Tozo, you can do both, but it's not the full-blown level of those smart watches, even like this one. So I'm gonna go over the differences on it and what I've seen. I'm actually gonna take them off my wrist so it's a little bit easier to see, but both can be had on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description below or in the pinned comments. Be right back. All right, welcome back, appreciate it. So quick thing I wanted to mention too, for people who buy this Tozo watch here, putting on this band can be a bear. What I understood is basically you put on one corner here and then you're supposed to bring it at this 90-degree angle, and then once you kind of get close to where you need to be and kind of force your way in, it takes a lot of work. So be very patient, and again try to push that in by pushing down on this. Otherwise you're going to be having a few words. This one's a lot easier, especially these the new Samsungs. It's basically a little button here that lets you pop these out, and since this is almost form-fitted on this guy, ideally I should be able to get it back on pretty quick without looking at the holes that mounts. Maybe I'm speaking too preemptively. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that snap. You can't really, but see? So it's a lot quicker on that. So that's one advantage, is mounting. They both use proprietary chargers to charge. This one is kind of a round one. I don't have a picture of it with me. This one actually here plugs in right here. They're both, this is USB-C actually. The older ones are USB-A, and this is USB-A. FYI, neither of them charge by QI charging. The 6 did use QI charging, but the way they made this, it will not work with QI charging. So you have to use the proprietary charger, excuse me. And then you can see the size-wise, they're pretty close in size. One is round, one is square. I have a cover here that I got through Amazon, and actually a cover on this as well. So I'll put that in the description as well. But you can see here, they're both AMOLED displays. This one doesn't touch. So you saw me do that little motion, wrist motion. You can adjust the wrist motion on this one. This one, I think it's automatic or setting, but there's no touch to activate on this guy. Going over a few other things. So this one has two buttons to control things. Like one is exit and one's like a power down. And then also for ECG, I'll go over that in a second, but let's go with this one. So this has a dial that you can change your display real fast. This one you'll have to use an app with the Samsung Wear to get that in there, but you could download a lot more faces, and you have to buy some as well. But that is one thing you have to toggle. And then this is like the exit. It's a smartwatch, so it'll pick up texts, messages, give you reminders, things like that. What I like too, both of them I can track things, and that's what I did here. So let me see if I could get a little better face that's a little bit easier for the read. So right here, I wore these at the same time because that way we can I can compare. So steps wise, you can see the steps. It might be a little harder. Samsung picked up 8,100 steps plus. Tozo picked up less. And then, excuse me, It does have the time. It has a heart rate, you can see here. And my average heart rates I've been looking at, they're actually pretty different too. One thing too is when you have an exercise, you can see that what I did there. Sorry, I got to push these things. Keeps on timing out. You can pick your exercise here on this one. And you can do it here too to activate. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Actually, I'm in the right thing. I have to go to the exercise workout and then pick my exercise from there. So you can pick your different exercises. What I like about the Samsung is auto start. It can auto start, I should say. The Tozo does not. And I'm just used to like touching the screen. This one I can't. So I gotta always touch the side here to activate it. Heart rates, they both do heart rates, meters. But this one does have ECG. So you can look up things like atrial fibrillation, and other irregular heartbeats. Usually it's actually atrial fibrillation being the main one. This one does not, but it does pick up heart rates. You can see right there it's trying to, I don't have it on my wrist, so it's not going to show anything. I did notice that my heart rate seems to be on the higher average on here than on what I saw on this one. So I'm not sure the accuracy on it, but one thing I did like too, it has stress. What's funny is that this has the stress and showing up and down information. This one has stress too, but it's always showing, I don't know if I can get it. It always shows that I'm basically okay, you know, relaxed there. But it's every time I measure, it's always the same. It never changes. So I don't know if this is more sensitive to measurement. Sleep is another thing. This guy said I had, what is it? 6 hours, 39 minutes. This one, I apologize. I usually don't. Yeah. I'll cut this out. Where's the sleep? Oh, is that sleep? Yeah. So sleep here. Let's see if I can get to sleep. Sorry. 6 hours 39, 5 hours 49 minutes. So, oh geez, it's hard to keep. Okay, 5 hours 49 minutes, or excuse me, 6 hours 39 minutes. Actual sleep time, it actually means if you're like waking up and you have a score. They both have scores. They use an app. This is sleep stages in here. I think this one might have it as well. It might be, yeah, there it goes. So it's got its own little light hours and stuff, and REM and all that. See, REM, here's 1 hour 38, 114. So it's similar. This one actually caught me napping the night before when I was testing it, and it's got deep. So it gives you some good stats, and pretty impressive for, you know, a $50 watch. But it doesn't, again, do AFib, but hey, what are you expecting for something that inexpensive? Temperature, I don't know if I have a temperature on this one. I see timer. I don't think so. So here, but I just want to kind of hit the big talking points. As far as step accuracy, I showed you earlier, the step accuracy seems to be a huge difference. I had it both on at the same time, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Battery, that's probably a good one. Let's see if I can get the battery. Where is it? This face doesn't show it right. It's 76%, right? So it's supposed to last at least a week or so. And you can see on the other ones, 57%. So these I've personally last maybe 2.5 days. This one probably is gonna last maybe 4 days. And again, messages do come in here. Weight wise, this is a little bit lighter. I don't know how many bands you can get, if there's any other choice of bands, but for the price point, you know, it's, you know, if you're looking for a watch for, you know, something that if it breaks, if it busts, quite honestly, you can live with it, right? This one, you know, you might want to get insurance, and it costs you more if you bust it or something like that. They're both IP68 water resistance on it. They have different apps. The Samsung apps is obviously more popular versus the Tozo. Tozo's not as common. I'll show you a little bit about the apps. Setup wise, it's not too bad. I'm just not used to this. Again, I like to have, you know, a touch screen that I can kind of swivel. This one, you know, you can't. You're using this little dial, and but again, $50, 300 something bucks, big difference. If you have any questions or comments, post below. Tell me if you got, which one you got, or if you got a Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, or this one, or a Garmin, or what. You know, what are the watches that you like? All right, thanks for watching.